Well, it's interesting that you mentioned the holy oil of Exodus 30. I've done a lot of research into that, and I've actually made some batches of holy oil myself and used it for anointing. Two things here. This is coming off the topic a little bit of healing oils of the Bible, but it relates to the direct ancient history there. Now, there's a current scholar and lecturer named Chris Bennett. I'm not sure if you're familiar with his work, but he is an advocate of cannabis, and he studied the use of cannabis throughout the ancient world as well. Now, something very interesting about the holy oil in Exodus 30, Chris Bennett went back and researched some of the Hebrew translations, the original Hebrew, or the earlier Aramaic and whatnot. And in the recipe for the holy oil that God gives Moses, we have olive oil, myrrh, cinnamon, cassia, and calamus. Now, Chris Bennett found that the original Hebrew word for the word calamus was kanabosum. And that word kanabosum is cannabis. It's the Hebrew word for cannabis. So not only was there an antimicrobial, an antiviral, and antipathogenic, but also the cannabis was a very amazing pain reliever.
Oh my goodness.
And it was also a euphoric, a spiritual stimulator. And then when you mentioned the incense, I also found a research paper by a German scientist that showed me that the chemical composition of frankincense resin, when burned, emits tetrahydrocannabinoids. Yes. So I've been very fascinated by this field of research I do have a passion. I advocate strongly the usage of cannabis back into the culture for religious, spiritual, euphoric, and medical purposes, which the more evidence I'm uncovering from the ancient world is that these oils, not only these antimicrobial, antibacterial oils, just like frankincense is a euphoric oil, spiritually enhancing oil, as was cannabis and many other plants that in our modern day are being demonized. And I guess I just want to share that information with you. Some of my research, I'd like to introduce you to Chris Bennett. Maybe I'll send you some links. But he's a very scholarly, he spent many years on it. What are your reflections on that?
Well, you're telling me for the first time things I didn't know, so send me some information.
I will. Well, and that's what I appreciate about this community of learners is I've learned such a great amount from your book, and I continue to share it with people. A friend of mine, Mary, right now is going through a natural cancer regimen and has found your book to be very instrumental. We want to thank you for that. And I also wanted to just say I'm proud to be part of this team. It's really fun working as a team and having such revered and respected mentors as yourself, Dr. Close, Marcel Von Harding. It truly is a pleasure to meet you, and I really want to thank you for spending the time with me today.
Thank you, David.
And everyone, I wanted to let you know Healing Oils of the Bible by Dr. David Stewart is a phenomenal book. There's just a broad spectrum of very valuable information found in this book. You can buy it at
raindroptraining.com.
Okay, raindroptraining.com. And there's also this book, which I have not tackled yet, but I am excited to. My mother has read this. It's called The Chemistry of Essential Oils Made Simple by Dr. David Stewart. The subtitle is God's Love Manifest in Molecules. So both of these books are available at Raindrop Training, and I highly, highly recommend getting into the mind and the valuable knowledge that Dr. Stewart has to share. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Good.
That was fun.